Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is Arena Teaching Center. Will teach you how to write, format and edit. Today we are going to be focusing on how to convert your paperback and your hardcover. Although we have done the part 1, so I'm going to be teaching you how to do the part 2. The part 1 is very easy, but if you find it really hard to do the part 1, you can do this particular part. So when you get to your browser, you just have to search for KDP cover calculator. As you can see, it's already here. So in KDP cover calculator for paperback, you select, in terms of the binding type, you're going to select, okay, let me start with, okay, select with what? Your paperback. If it's black and white you want to go for, it is premium. If you want to start, if it's standard, you click on any one you want. So select the trim. The paper type is white paper. So when selecting, you have to be very careful because the spacing is not that big. So the reading direction is left to right. Then for measurement unit, you have to select inches. Then for interior trim size, we'll go with 8.5 times 11 inches. You select your trim size based on the trim size you use in designing your cover. You understand? Because if you don't use the trim size you use in designing your cover, your book will not pass through. And if you are working on bleed version, always calculate the bleed format to avoid issues. But if you are working on the bleed version is bigger than the paper size, your cover size. But when you want to do the cover, it is actually the main cover size that you are going to use, not the bleed version paper size. So if you use your bleed version paper size for your cover size, your book will not pass through. You will always have issues with Amazon. But if you use the paper size, like let me say if your bleed version is 8.625/11.25, the paper size that you are going to use is 8.5 times 11 inches. If you are using 6x9 for your book cover size, your interior size for bleed version should be 6.12 or 6.13, just like that. Do you understand? So you have to follow accurately according to the bleed calculator, the bleed size that Amazon have already calculated for us. That's the size you're going to use for your interior. But when it comes to the cover, you are to use the normal cover size. Please remember, if you don't use the normal cover size, you will always have issues with Amazon. Okay, so now the page count, let me just say 102. So I've calculated it. So what I will do next is I will download it. So in terms of downloading, my own pattern is easy because I am using iPhone. Okay, this one is basically for hardcover. So this is, let me go back again for the paper. So this is the paper size. So I'll click on it. Then alright, so I've taken it to my Canva. So what I need to do is that I will have to remove all text. So in the part 1, my colleague make sure it's like the pattern he used in teaching is entirely different. You understand? So there are 2 ways in terms of doing your paperback and your hardcover, and he has done the first way. So if you are working with that part, you are just going to be using whatever background you use in your design. Do you understand? Likewise this part 2. But in this part 2, we are going to be using our hand to impute every. Say this is let me use this particular cover. This is my cover. Let me use this particular cover. Let me use this particular cover. You see the way I'm dragging it, Abby? So I want to check if this one is my paperback, Abby is my hardcover size that I calculated. Okay, So I'm being careful. You have to make sure you follow the step that I'm doing right now. Be careful when putting in your cover. All right, so there's a white line under, so I'll try again. But in the part 1, that method is very easy, but I feel like people are going to find it, some persons are going to find it hard to do. So that's why I am doing this part 2. I've actually created the cover, this particular video before. I've created it, but since my colleague did the part 1, I just wanted everything to align very well. You understand? Okay, so this is, so the first page, the first what's it called, everything is now aligned. You see how I position my paperback. Forget about how I extended my margin outside. Everything is going to pass. But in the part 1, my colleague taught you on how to maintain everything in your margin line. You understand? So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to delete. Then I'm going to use the color, this blue color. I have to make sure it matches. So I'll go and I'm going to click on the color picker and search for this particular blue here and click on it. So you see that now everything what aligns. So this is what for your paperback. The next thing is to basically download it. When you want to download, there's 2 types of download. It's either you download on best for digital use, or you download for CMYK. This CMYK is basically the best for printing, but after downloading, I don't actually like the way it comes out. Like, you see the beauty of this cover, it's gonna kill the beauty of the cover, but it's actually the best for downloading. So you download and you send it directly to your file. So this is how you convert your paperback. So the next one I'm going to do is how to convert your hardcover. So I'm sending it directly to my file. Alright, so in terms of converting hardcover, okay, so now I want to show you how to do the hardcovers. Our normal cover size is 8.5 times 11 inches, right? So when converting to hardcover, automatically hardcover size is different from 8.5 times 11 inches. Hardcover is 8.25. So 8.25 times 11 inches. So I'm going to copy and resize. So anytime you want to do your hardcover, you don't use exactly 8.5 times 11 inches. You understand? So even if your bleed book is 8.6 something, whatever the bleed calculator said, you don't use that same 8.5 times 11 inches for your hardcover. So your hardcover, you have to convert it to the hardcover size, which is 8.5 times 11 inches. So I'm going to download. When you want to download, it should be on JPG. So I'm going to download it now, and after download it, we are going to calculate it. Alright, done. So now you are still maintaining the same page of which you did your first calculation for your paperback. So what you just need to do is just go there and change hardcover. You go to your trim size and you change the distance. Do you see how simple it is? You change it to 8.2 times 11 inches. Then you calculate the dimension and you want to download the template. So automatically our hardcover is set. Very easy to do. So this is the hardcover. Let me leave here. Let me go back. So this is the hardcover. Here it is. So this is the shape of an hardcover. In paperback, you see that this pink sector is very tiny. Alright, so now we are in Canva. Alright, there are some places I'm going to cut out from the video. based on my client's work. So when you get to Canva, you just take it directly to your Canva. When you take it directly to your Canva, you have to wait for it to load. After it loads, then you are going to click on it. Once you click on it, it's going to appear like this. The way we remove all the text, make sure you remove all text. Make sure you remove all text, and while doing so, be very careful so that you don't shake or scatter the position of this. You see the way as I'm clicking it, you see the way it's clicking the entire book cover size. So you have to make sure. The reason why I'm taking my time to delete it is because I don't want to rush and put in the book cover, because I know that if I do like that, some persons are going to do like that. So we're going to impute our designs. All right, so this is it. Your front cover should always be at your right hand side, and the back cover should always be at the left hand side. Look at the way I'm positioning the hardcover. Just take a look. Very easy. Hardcover is very easy to do, but yet people find it really hard to do. Very easy. Very easy. Don't do above and beyond. Do exactly what you just saw here. So this is the best positioning for your hardcover. So right now we have lining. We still have some white spacing. So I'm going to position it very well. Make sure there's no white. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it like that. Then you delete the pink and put the blue color. Okay, yeah, okay, there's I see where the fault is coming from. So after resizing my hardcover, I forgot to adjust it for my back and cover size. That is why you are seeing this white line on top and under. So anytime you resize your paperback to hardcover, always check the edges to see if there is any white edge, like the way you are seeing here right now. You always check. Okay, after checking, then you can what, download and convert your what, hardcover. So you see how simple it is to convert hardcover. The part one of this our paperback and hardcover is also very simple, but if you feel like you cannot do that method, you can employ this method. You understand? I maintain everything that Amazon said we should maintain by not letting our book to pass the margins. You get? But in the first part, part one, my partner taught you on how to pass the margin. But your text, every text should remain in the margin. Only the background. I was able to cover up everything that you are seeing here, like these blue spaces and everything. I was able to cover up with the main blue background or main background of it. So you can go and watch the part one. If you have not watched the part one, then come back and watch this part two. So you choose the one that is best for you. You understand? So don't forget to like, comment and share on anything that you want, and I'm going to create a video for you. If I'm not able to create it, my partner is going to create the video for you. Do you understand? So because we are here to support and we are here to help you. Okay, so we are currently running a 5 days class on content structure, proofreading and editing. So if you have not joined that class, you are missing out. If you want to join, the flyer is on my post, or you can see it on the description here. You can see the details of everything. For you to join that class, early bird is 5,000 naira, late bird is 10,000 naira. If you come and join the class, if you know you want to be mastered in proofreading, editing and content structure, because I'm going to be teaching you deep on content structure, positioning, and by God's grace on how to arrange or restructure your content very well that makes it sound like human written content. All right guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye bye, god bless you. All right, so as if the teaching is not enough, I'm gonna be giving you a free ebook. The ebook will cover up a lot of things. We teach you everything that we are going to learn in a practical method. It's going to be teaching you in the theoretical aspect, so don't miss the class for anything. Bye bye.